We welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the Robbie Wartburg Memorial Stream, as will be the 2011 World Series Game 6, Jaime Garcia to take on Colby Lewis. Let's take a little pregame show. Let's take a look at this World Series in general, and then we'll jump right in, get some stuff taken care of, and then we'll play ball. This will be Stratomatic PC Baseball, played Super Advanced. I will not be playing as either manager. I'll be calling it like Joe Buck, but hopefully better, from up top here at Globe Light Field. So in this 2011 World Series Game 6, St. Louis won Game 1 at home, 3-2. Texas came back and won Game 2, 2-1. Then St. Louis came in and bombed Texas 16-7 in Texas in Game 3. Then Texas came back and got the shutout in Game 4, 4-0. Then Texas won 6, October 27th, 2011. Considered one of the more wackier, greatest World Series games of all time. And that's why we're here. And of course, in Game 7, St. Louis defeated Texas by the score of 6-2, gave the St. Louis Cardinals, again, a World's Championship. The Texas Rangers came in the series at 96-66, while the St. Louis Cardinals came in with a record of 90-72, 47,325 in attendance. 7 o'clock local start, so we started about 8 o'clock. And we finished about a little after midnight, 12:30, as Joe Buck sends us to tomorrow night, as he called the famous shot that his father used to call David Freese's home run in this ball game. Again, we are here to say goodbye, farewell, and remember the memories of Robbie Wartburg. Robbie was a valued member of this community. He had his own YouTube channel. He was a very lively guy, and what was made it the saddest thing I read today is that he died before his 2023 Texas Rangers won the World's Championship. He actually died on October 7th, so he died right in the middle of the postseason, as the Rangers were having probably their best season of record since 2011. There's no games that I know of have the 2000. Well, Inside Pitch now has 2024, but I don't play that as of yet. 23 seasons. So guess what, folks? This is my game I play. I know Robbie used to give it crap all the time when he was watching from a Beatles stream. He was not a fan of Strat, but this is my go-to game. This is my niche. And we're going to play the 2011 World Series for Robbie tonight. It's again, the Rangers come in with a 3-2 lead. Colby Lewis will pitch for the Rangers, and pitching for the Cardinals will be Jaime Garcia. Again, this is going to be a straight as announced game. I'll let the computer make its decisions, hopefully all good ones. Playing with the computer on, so it's about an hour or so game. Again, folks, this is the Robbie Wartburg 2011 Game 6 World Series memorial stream, as he suddenly passed away and left us on on the 7th of October. We're just finding out now as Ron Juckett actually posted his death notice today on Facebook. Again, we are very suddenly sad. I know we did lose Mike McAllister at some point during the season too, but he was one of those heart patients who was going through some problems, issues, and unfortunately we lost Mr. McAllister also, but his was more of a, I would say, unless we didn't know enough about Robbie and he had something going on, cancer or something like that, but he worked for the Rangers, he worked for the Arlington Stadium personnel, so he was actively working. So I don't, again, when somebody, hope if it ever comes out, I mean, I like to know what actually happened to Robbie, if it was something that was a act of God or it was just an illness that caught up with him. So again, let's go ahead. Let's give you the lineups for this game 6. The lineup for the Texas Rangers will be Ian Kinsler leading off at second. These are as played lineups, so all heads will not explode. Batting second is Elvis Andrus. Batting third is left fielder Josh Hamilton. Batting fourth is Michael Young. Batting fifth is the third baseman Adrian Beltre. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, my friend. Batting sixth is the right fielder Nelson Cruz. Gave him a few years. He could be headed that way too. Batting seventh is the catcher Mike Napoli. Batting eighth is Gary Gentry. He's your center fielder. And batting ninth is the pitcher Colby Lewis. Again, this is before Major League Baseball went to the complete DH for the World Series. This was an odd season, so the pitchers were hitting. Here is your starting lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals, and then we will go ahead and set them defensively. Rafael Furcal will lead off at short. Skippy Schumacher, as ID Jester calls him, batting second in center field. The king of St. Louis, Albert Pujols, batting third at first base. Batting fourth, right fielder Lance Berkman. Batting fifth is the left fielder Matt Holliday. Batting sixth is the third baseman David Freese. Batting seventh is the catcher Yadi Molina. We'll give him some time. He'll be right there in the Hall of Fame along with Albert. Batting eighth is the second baseman Nick Punto. And batting ninth and pitching is Jaime Garcia. 13-7 on the season, 3.56 ERA, 207 hits, 195 innings, 50 walks, 156 strikeouts, gave up 15 home runs. Strat gives him a 1R, so he favors right-handers just a little bit. All right, folks, are we ready for a Robbie Memorial game? Let's see if we can win this one for the Rangers and Robbie up there. Let's do this from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Al, Red Sox fan, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming in. As we're going to go ahead and start this. So Ian Kinsler leading off. Has major power in that one column. And, of course, Jaime Garcia waits and pitches. Molina sets the target. Jaime Garcia looks in, and here's the first pitch of the ball game. That will be a popped up behind the plate. Let's see what happens. Molina should get this, and he does. So he makes the catch, a quick out, and there's one away to start the game. Here's a shortstop, Elvis Andrus. 279 hitter, 5 home runs, 60 runs batted in, good speed from the shortstop hole. Molina back behind the plate, puts down the target. Jaime looks in, and here's the pitch to Elvis Andrus. That will be a ground ball to second. Puto's got it, goes to first, and we got 2 outs. And now we bring in Mr. Josh Hamilton. 298 hitter, 25 home runs, 94 RBIs, and a wealth of talent. I started to love this guy after the 2009, or I say 2000 and what was it? 2008 All-Star game. And we was at Yankee Stadium, and he went absolutely bonkers and went home run crazy. For some reason, I thought when he went free agency, boy, the Yankees could have swallowed him up and been an absolute hero for them. But he didn't. Thought he would. The Yankee Stadium took to him like a absolute beast. So here's Josh, 28-94, 298 hitter. Molina behind the plate. Jaime looks in, and here's the pitch to Josh Hamilton. 3-6, pop to first. Albert there makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down, go to Rangers. We played 1/2 inning of play. We're playing this for Robbie. It's Texas nothing, St. Louis nothing. Thank you, those who have come in. Please slam the like button if you haven't already. We appreciate everyone who does that. And now we go to the bottom of the first inning. The St. Louis Cardinals will come in defensively for the Rangers. Hamilton, Gentry, Cruz, all not too bad. Beltre, Andrus, Kinsler, Michael Young, all really good. Young's a 4, doesn't usually affect you too much at first. Behind the plate is Mike Napoli, and on the mound is Colby Lewis. He is 14-10. 4.40 ERA, 187 hits, 200 innings, 56 walks, 169 strikeouts. Gave up 35 bangaroonies. But because we're playing Stratomatic Super Advanced with Ballpark, the Ballpark's not going to affect him as much today. It's a 1-6 for singles, a 1-5 home runs versus lefties, and only a 1-2 versus righties. So he can hang some of those up and it won't hurt him as much. He does have a bad 5-5 roll, but that should be about it. So here's Rafael Furcal. He gets to start today. 231 hitter, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs. Switch hitter, bats from the left-hand side. Napoli puts down the target. Lewis from the windup, and here's the pitch. That will be a ground ball to first. Young takes it to the bag himself, and there's one away. And now here's Skippy Schumacher, hitting 283, 2 homers, 38 RBIs. He is a left-handed hitter against the right-handed Lewis. Lewis comes in as a 5R, so he definitely favors pitching to right-handed batters and will struggle against lefties. Napoli puts down the target. Lewis looks in. Here's the pitch to Skip Schumacher. Schumacher, a base hit. So Schumacher gets the first hit of the ball game. He's on at first and 1 man out and brings up King Albert. 299 hitter, 37-99. Wow, what a year for Albert. But the ballparks affect him majorly. 1-6 and 110. 1-6, 110, now turned to 1-2s. Napoli puts down the sign. Colby Lewis from the stretch, runner on first. Here's the pitch to Pujols. That will be a back to the pitcher. Lewis turns around, goes to Andrus, back to first. We get a double play. We played 1 inning of play here at Busch Stadium. Texas nothing, St. Louis nothing. We go to the top of the second. So top of the second here at the big ballpark, Busch Stadium. We now go to the second. So for the Rangers, Michael Young's the batter. This was probably his best season. 338, 11 homers, 106 runs batted, and a true hitting machine. Right-handed hitter. Molina puts down the target. Jaime Garcia looks on. Here's the pitch to Michael Young. And Michael Young hits a drive to left center field. That will be trouble. Holiday cannot get it, goes to the wall. Michael Young around second. He'll try for third and stands there. So a leadoff triple for Michael Young. So now here's newest Hall of Famer, Adrian Beltre, 296, 32, 105, coming off an excellent season. So the Cardinals will play the infield back. No score, top of the second. Molina puts down the sign. Jaime Garcia working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Beltre. And that will be a line drive base hit for Beltre. Michael Young will score. Rangers lead 1-0. So Beltre with an RBI knock, 1-0. And now here's a very young Nelson Cruz, 29, 87 on the year, hit 263. Again, like I said, give him his 5 years, and you'll have to consider him Hall of Fame material. May take him a few years, but he's going to be considered one of the best DHs of all time. Molina puts down the sign. Garcia working from the stretch, runner on first and nobody out. Here's the pitch, and that will be a ground ball to third. That's Freeze. He is a 326. Let's see if he makes it, and only could go to first as Beltre goes to second. Here is Mike Napoli, 320 hitter this season. A big bang, 30 home runs, 75 RBI. So he is a slugging catcher. Young, he's very young at this point in his career. Runner on second and 1 out. Molina puts down the sign. Jaime Garcia works from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Pitch to Napoli. And that's a walk to Napoli. So the Rangers 2 on and 1 out. And it'll bring up the center fielder, Craig Gentry. 271, 1-13. He actually is a right-handed hitter who likes lefties better. So this is more of a start for a better bat to get in the lineup. First and second, 1 out. Rangers lead 1-0, just underway here at Busch Stadium. Molina puts down the sign. Jaime Garcia working from the stretch. First and second, one out the pitch. The Gary Gentry. 6-5 ground ball to short for Cal's got it. 228. Let's see if he can turn two. No, he cannot make the play. It rolls off his sleeve, and the bases are now loaded. So now the Texas Rangers, with the bases loaded, one out. Colby Lewis, the pitcher, will bat. This was a year again where the pitchers batted in the 2011 World Series. Bases loaded, one out. Colby, you just need to strike out here and not roll your three column and roll the double play. Molina sets the target. Garcia working from the stretch. Bases loaded, one out. Pitch to Colby Lewis. That will be a base hit for Colby Lewis. How about that? Napoli will stop at third. Rangers lead 2-0. So the Texas Rangers high flying here in St. Louis. So yeah. Get on board with it. 2-0 Rangers. Wow, folks. That's game 6 of the World Series. The Rangers scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 3 in the seventh, and 2 in the 10th. The Cardinals scored 2 in the first, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, 1 in the eighth, and unfortunately, or fortunately, scored 2 in the ninth and scored 2 in the 10th to tie. And as Joe Buck says, David Freese hit the shot that sends you back tomorrow. So here we go. Let's get back to the game. And back to baseball. Welcome into our fun family event here. We thank you again. Yes, no problem there, Kenny. I'm glad he did get the message about the game. I'm glad you came in. Hopefully Beatles around, but I'm sure this is probably hitting him like a stone. So Rangers lead 2-0, 1 out in the second. Kinsler the batter. Kinsler's up. Molina sets the target. Jaime Garcia from the stretch. And that's going to be a ground ball in a second. Let's see if Punto can turn 2 and get him out of this. No, we get the run at second, and another run will score. So Texas now leads 3-0 with 2 outs. Second and third for 2 outs, and here's Elvis Andrus. So Rangers 3-0 lead here in the second. Molina sets the target. Jaime Garcia working from the stretch. Tony La Russa has his bullpen going. This manager's been known to pull people, and that's a walk, and the bases are again loaded. The Rangers looking to blow this thing open, and here is Josh Hamilton. So can the Rangers do it for Robbie? 13 years later, because unfortunately, he did not see the Rangers win the 2023 World Series. He passed away from us on October the 7th. So, hey, Robbie, if you're looking down, and I know you're not a strat guy, but let's see if the Rangers can win this for you, buddy. So Josh up. Molina puts down the sign. Garcia working from the stretch and the pitch. And that is going to be a base hit for Josh Hamilton. Now probably off of Jaime Garcia. Gentry scores. Colby Lewis scores. And the Rangers lead 5-0. Holy Robbie Wartburg special here in St. Louis. A 5-run second. And I bet that'll be all for Jaime Garcia. Here comes Tony La Russa. We'll see who he goes with. And he will go with Mark Rybczynski. So if you had Rybczynski, you have Scrabble. So Rybczynski comes in, 62 innings, 50 hits. That's a god-awful picture. It looks like he has mumps. But Rybczynski comes in the left-hander, and he'll pitch to Michael Young. Not a spot you want a lefty in, to be honest. Molina puts down the target. Rybczynski from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a single. And we'll go to third. It's 6-0 Rangers. So the Texas Rangers are putting up a monster run score here in Game 6 of the 2011 World Series. So now Adrian Beltre, first and third, 2 outs. That's the target. Rybczynski from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that will finally get us out of this inning. Held on and a run scored. Michael Young takes third. RBI Beltre, 7-0 Rangers. Holy cow, and now I cannot believe it. So Molina sets the target. Rebzinski working from the stretch. First and third, 2 outs, and the pitch. And that, folks, is a ground ball to short. Furcal to second ends the inning. But, folks, Texas with a 7-run inning. We go to the bottom of the second. Texas 7 and St. Louis nothing. Wow, what a start we have here, folks, for the Rangers in game 2. Lance Berkman, 301, 31-94 on the season. Colby Lewis, now the 7-run lead. Napoli sets the target for him. Lewis looks in the right-hander. Here's the pitch. This pitch to lefties. This Cardinal team can fight back. So a base hit for Burke. Here is Matt Holliday. 296, 22-75. Napoli sets the target. Lewis from the stretch. Runner on first and nobody out. Pitch to Holliday. That will be a fly ball left field. Back goes Hamilton back and makes the catch as ballpark effects have stopped that from going out. So with 1 out, here is game is starting to flutter. Don't do this to me on today, please. All right, now we go to David Freese. 97, 10 and 55. Let's hope he's nowhere around an extra inning ball game. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out. Pitch to David Freese. And that's a base hit for David Freese. Berkman will go to third, and the Cardinals got something going. First and third, 1 out. Will bring up the catcher. Hall of Fame possible member, Yadi Molina. First and third with 1 out. And why is my game deciding to be kind of crappy right now? Oh, there it is. All right, now here's Yadi, first and third. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that will be a ground ball to second. Kinsler could turn 2 to get him out of the inning, and does not. But a run scores, and a Freeze will go to second. So the only play they had was the first. Here's the second baseman, Nick Punto. Now it's 7-1, 2 outs in the second. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the stretch and the pitch. And that'll be up again. That could be something. That could be a catch axe. And Nope picks it up and throws him out the first to end the inning. St. Louis scores a run. We go to the third. It's 7-1 Rangers. So it'll be Napoli, Gentry, and Lewis to bat for Texas. Molina puts down the target. Mark Rebzinski still in for the Cardinals. And here's a pitch to Napoli. And that's a ground ball. Good play there by putting out 1 away. So now up with 1 out here in the third inning, it'll be the center fielder. Again, it'll be Craig Gentry. So Gentry to bat. He's first to bat. He reached on an error that kind of extended this inning. Molina sets the target. Rebzinski with the windup, and here's the pitch. That will be a base hit center field for Gentry. He's on, and Rebzinski's already tired. So that should end the day for Rebzinski. And let's see who the Cardinals bring in. They will now bring in Dotal. So 5-4, 3 saves, 54 innings. Octavio Dotal. Colby Lewis, he'll probably bunt here with 1 out. Molina puts down the sign. Dotal working from the stretch. And here comes a bunt for Lewis. He lays it down and drops the ball. So Pujols fields it, that drops the ball, picks up, fires to first, and he's out. So 2 outs. Gentry moves to second. Now here's Ian Kinsler. He's fouled it out and grounded out with the ribby. 7-1 Rangers, 2 outs, top of the third. Molina puts down the sign. Dotal working from the stretch, and here's the pitch. That will be a ground ball to second. Punto's got it. He'll field it. He goes to first and ends. No, it's an infield hit. He knocked it down. No play at first. First hard here. So the low numbers affecting the Cardinals here. So here's Elvis Andrus. First and third, 2 outs. Molina sits down the target. Dotal working from the stretch. Righty matchup and the pitch. And that is a fly ball right field. Berkman there makes the. We go to the bottom of the third. It is the Robbie Wartburg Memorial Game. Rest in peace, my friend. It's 7-1 Texas. As we played a game 6 of the 2011 World Series. Doug Hunt, how are you? Walk aboard. World Worst Gamer, how are you? Yeah, welcome aboard. Thank you for all coming in, and I appreciate everyone for coming in and paying respects for Robbie, who we lost. Unfortunately, just reported to our community today. Now, let's see if they let him bat. They're down 6. They need innings out of this bullpen, and they will let him bat. Here's the swing, and that will be a ground ball. So now it will be, goes back to the top of the order for Rafael Furcal. Furcal back to the top of the order. So far, Furcal in the game has grounded out. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis looks in from the windup and the pitch. And that will be another 7-shot base hit for Cal. He's going to get hit. He's going to hit hard on those 7s. I'll tell you, a runner on first and 1 out. Here's Schumacher. He singled his first time up. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that will be it. 2 outs, and here's Albert. He grounded out into a double play first time up. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the stretch and the pitch. And that's a fly ball right field. Nelson Cruz there makes the catch, and we played 3 here in St. Louis. It is game 6 of the 2011 World Series. The Rangers look to clinch for Robbie at 7-1. We're heading to the top of the 4th inning, we hope. Yep, and it will be again Josh Hamilton, followed by Michael Young and Adrian Beltre. Hamilton 1 for 2, singled in 2 back in the second when the Rangers broke open with a big 7 spot. Molina puts down the sign, the towel from the stretch in the pitch. And that is long, that is deep, right center field. This could be trouble. Schumacher back off against the top of the wall. Hamilton will go to first, and he'll stop at second standing. A long double for Josh Hamilton. Hamilton in the top of the 4th leads off with a double. And now here's Michael Young, 2 for 2 in the ballgame, a triple and an RBI single. Molina puts down the sign, Duttel working from the stretch. Runner on second, nobody out. The pitch to Michael Young. And that's a walk to Young, and Duttel already, possibly, they might need help from him out of this bullpen. First and second, no man out. And it is Adrian Beltre. So Beltre, the batter, first and second. It's first and second, nobody out, and he is tired, so he might be done now. Here is Beltre. We'll see if he stays in the bat against Duttel here. Molina puts down the sign, Duttel from stretch, and he'll be taken out. 4th pitcher of the ball game in only the 4th inning, and it's going to be Arthur Rhodes. Oh, God, that's a bad choice. He had 33 innings. They're going through the bullpen, I guess. A bad pitcher against Beltre and a bad pitcher for Rhodes. This is where I didn't want to do that, I'll tell you. So let's see. Let's see if I can if I undo it, I probably undo Michael Young's walk, and I don't want to do that either. So that's a bad decision. Let's hope it doesn't totally destroy him. Here's the pitch to Beltre, and that's a line drive at Punto, 1 away. So he gets out of that one. So now here is Nelson Cruz, and he's waiting for the lefty just as much. He, again, is a destroyer on lefties in this season. So, again, major power. Molina sets the target. Arthur Rhodes from the stretch, the big left-hander in the pitch. And that will be a fly ball left field. Gotten away with it twice. Holiday with the play and makes the catch. So now it brings up the catcher, Napoli. He's hits in the clutch now, and he loses a couple. So good, not a good spot for Napoli to be hitting with pressure on the line. First and second, 2 outs, top of the 4th. Rangers lead by 6, 7-1. Molina puts down the sign. Arthur Lee Rhodes from the stretch, and the pitch to Napoli. And Napoli, base hit Napoli up the middle. Hamilton has to stop at third. The bases will be loaded. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and here is Gentry. So again, top of the 4th, 2 outs, 7-1 Texas. Molina puts down the target. Rhodes working from the stretch. Fans on their feet. Texas wants more runs. Here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball center field. That is Schumacher. 3E14 says makes the catch, and they leave bases loaded. Ooh, that could be a sign. Go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 7-1 Rangers. This is 2011 Game 6 of the World Series. This is for Robbie Wartburg. 7-1 Rangers. So 7-1 Rangers. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, we welcome you all here for what's happening for this night. Again, I think you need to do. Lance Berkman will be followed by Holiday and Mr. Freeze. Again, it'll be switchy righty against Colby Lewis. Let's see if the Cardinals wake up after leaving the bases loaded. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the windup. Here's the pitch to Berkman. And that's a fly ball center field. That's Gentry. That could drop in. That could be trouble. He comes in on it and drops in front of Gentry. So a base hit for Berkman. So runner on first, nobody out. Here is Matt Holiday. He flied out deep to left his first time up. Napoli puts down a target. Colby Lewis working now from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Holiday. And that's a fly ball right field, not as deep. Cruz is there, makes the catch, and there's one away. And we now bring you to David Freeze. He had a base hit his first time up. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the stretch and the pitch. And that is going to be this time he did not take advantage of it. Gentry comes in, makes the running catch. Double 1-9. That was a 10. So with 2 outs, it will bring up Yadier Molina. He grounded out with an RBI his first time up, so he's officially 0 for 1. Napoli puts down the sign. Again, Colby Lewis working from the stretch, pitch to Molina. That will be a ground ball to short. Andrus, tough play for him. Does he field it? Yes, he does. He goes the short way to end the fourth inning. Let's head to the fifth. Texas 7, St. Louis 1. Texas 7 runs on, 10 hits and no errors. St. Louis 1 run, 5 hits and 1 error. Arthur Lee Rhodes stays in. Will pitch to Lewis, Kinsler, and Andrus. Molina puts down the sign. Rhodes from the windup and pitch. This will be a struck game out for Colby Lewis. 1 out in the fifth. So now here's Ian Kinsler. Lots of power versus lefties. We'll see if he can take advantage of it. Molina puts down the sign. Rhodes with a big windup and pitch. And that will be a ground ball to third. Freeze got it. Goes over. He gets the second out here in the fifth. So now here's Elvis Andrus. 2 outs. Andrus so far in the ballgame has grounded out, walked, and flied out, as he has been up in every inning so far. He was up in the first, second, and third. He now gets a chance here in the top of the fifth. Molina puts down the sign. Arthur Lee Rhodes looks in, and here's the pitch to Andrus. That will be a ground ball to short. Good 2 innings of Arthur Lee Rhodes. He has saved some of his bullpen for the Cardinals. 4 pitchers used, though, and it is 7-1 Texas. So last of the fifth, St. Louis will now send up Punto, probably a pinch hitter for Rhodes, and Furcal against Colby Lewis. For those who are wondering, with 200 innings pitched, Colby Lewis is probably a 6 or 7. He's a 6, so he'll be possibly fatigued as of the 6th inning. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the windup. Here's the pitch to Punto. And that is going to be a base hit for Punto. Base hit number 6 for the Cardinals as they lead off the 5th. Here's Arthur Lee Rhodes. We'll see if they bat for him, and they will. It will be John Jay. 297, 10 home runs, 37 RBIs. Napoli puts down the sign. Colby Lewis working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 6-10, ground ball to short. That's Andrus. Is it a tough play that he needs? Not in time. He can only go to second for the Force. So Jay beats it out. Runner on first, 1 out, and brings up Rafael Furcal. 1 for 2, single back in the 3rd inning. Napoli puts down the sign. Colby Lewis working for the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. And that will be another 3rd hit again against Lewis on that left side on the 6-7. Jay goes to 3rd, 1st and 3rd, 1 out. So now the 7-1 ball game. Skip Schumacher, the batter. Cardinals trying to get a rally here in the 5th. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Schumacher. 3-11 Ground ball to third. It's quietly. Jay will score. They'll only go to second for the fourth, and that's it. So 2 outs. Cardinals play to run. It's now 7-2. 2 outs in the fifth. Cardinals pull a bit closer. And now here's a guy that needs to hit a big home run to get the Cardinals back in it, and that is Albert Pujols. He has ground out to a double play and flied out. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. Pitch to Albert. Ground ball to short. Andrus gets it. Goes to first, and that will finish the Cardinals in the fifth. We played 5. We're halfway through. We're playing for Robbie Wartburg. It's Game 6 of the 2011 World Series. 7-2 Rangers. Top of the 6th, folks. Again, we thank everyone for coming in. Doug, World's Worst Gamer. Ken, Al, Red Sox fan. Of course, get Big Clue. And, of course, Brian Patterson came in earlier. So, again, thank you so much. Again, we're going to the top of the 6th inning. A lot of fun here, folks, and we'll see if we can get the Rangers a World Series for Robbie here. But the Cardinals are only 5 runs back. You're getting that feeling the Cardinals may not be out of this. 7-10-0 for the Rangers, 2-7-1 for the Cardinals. Here is Josh Hamilton. He's officially 2 for 3, a single and a double. Molina puts down the sign. New pitcher for the Cardinals is Mitchell Boggs. Mitchell Boggs. Molina puts down the sign. Boggs, the right-hander, and the pitch. And that is going to be a line drive out. Puto out number 1. Here's Michael Young, 2 for 2, triple, single, and a walk. Molina puts down the sign. Boggs with the big windup and pitches. 5-9 struck him out 2 away. So good inning here for the Cardinals, keeping the Rangers off the scoreboard. Here's Adrian Beltre, 2 for 3. 2 hits in the second inning for 2 RBIs and a couple singles. One off our starter Garcia and then another one off Rebzinski. Molina puts down the sign. Mitchell Boggs from the windup. Here's the pitch to Beltre. And that's a liner, and it's caught by Furcal, and that will end the 6th inning. 3 up, 3 down, go Texas. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 7-2 Rangers. Berkman, Holiday, Freeze with the batter. So here we go. Berkman, 2 for 2, 2 singles. Lewis still the pitcher. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis, the full windup and the pitch to Berkman. And that's a struck him out looking. Colby Lewis pumps his fist. 1 out in the 6th. So now here's Matt Holiday. 0 for 2, couple flyouts. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis looks in. Big windup from Colby Lewis. And that is a liner deep left for Holiday. Again, Hamilton tracks it down 2 away. Here's David Freeze. So Freeze with 2 outs. Again, Colby Lewis benefiting from the 1-2, 1-5 home runs against lefties and righties here. He's keeping the ball in the park. 7-2 Rangers. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis with the big windup and pitches to David Freeze. Base hit David Freeze. That's the second time he's hit 3-6 today. Runner on first, 2 outs, and again a chance. So runner on, get notifications. Runner on first and 2 outs is Freeze. He's second hit of the ball game. Here's our catcher, Yadi Molina. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis will work from the stretch. Runner on first, 2 outs. Pitch to Yadi. And that's a strikeout for Colby Lewis. He gets a pat on the back as he comes off the field. We played 6 here in St. Louis. Game 6 of the 2011 World Series. The Cardinals got 9 outs left as we play for Robbie Wartburg. On his day of memorial, it's 7-2 Rangers. So now Cruz will be followed by Napoli and Gentry to take on against Mitchell Boggs. Cardinals bullpen has kept things under control, giving him at least a chance. So here we go. So Molina puts down the sign. Boggs from the windup. Here's the pitch to Cruz. And that's a pop to first. Pujols there. And first, that's a foul ball. Fouls out. Pujols 1 away in the 7th. So now here is Mike Napoli. 1 for 2, runs scored, and a walk. Molina puts down the sign. Pujols looks in. The big windup from Mitchell Boggs. And that's going to be a walk as he dodged some home run power. So Napoli's on at first with one out. Brings up Craig Gentry. He's 1 for 3, a single, and also reached on an error today. So one out in the seventh. Molina puts down the sign. Boggs working from the stretch, and here's the pitch. That will be a struck him out. Good strikeout for Boggs, 2 away. Here's Colby Lewis. He'll probably stay in the game and hit. 1 for 2 runs scored. 1 for 2 and an RBI back in the second inning. Molina puts down the sign. Boggs working from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. Pitch to Colby Lewis. And Colby Lewis with a base at the right field. He's got 2 hits in the ball game. Napoli goes to third. First and third Rangers. As Colby Lewis will grab his jacket as he takes first base. First and third, 2 outs. Who needs the stinking DH? So here is Ian Kinsler. 1 for 4, the RBI. Can the Rangers tack on, or will they keep the 5-run lead heading to the stretch? Molina puts down the sign. Boggs working from the stretch. First and third, 2 out. Pitch to Kinsler. That's a ground ball to short. Furcow's got it, throws him out, and that's it. We head to the stretch. Texas keeps stranding them. It's going to stay 7-2. So far, the Rangers have left 9 on base, and the Cardinals have left 5. It's the stretch, folks. Let's go to chat. Folks, weekend, this is the Robbie Wartburg Memorial Game 2011. SG Jamie here. How you doing, Jamie? Welcome in. What a ball game. Again, if you knew Robbie, you know his devotion to the Texas Rangers. Again, he died on October the 7th. We're just finding this out now. And as Ron Juckett told me, he died well before the Rangers did win the 2023 World Series. He died right in the beginning of the Rangers postseason. So to me, that was not justice. Let's win them a World Series here, at least in our community. Let's get them a championship. Please, let's get them something here. John DFW here. Hi, John. How are you? I don't think I've seen you in a stream before. I hope you have come in to stay. Thank you, my friend. Again, it's such a sad passing. Again, we did lose Mike McAllister again. I believe a devoted Met fan died. We probably in Oregon, something like that. I always kept track of him on Facebook. Always had issues with the heart. So when he passed, it was one of those, yeah, we knew it was coming for Mike. But Robbie, I think that really kind of hit the community a little bit harder because no one knew anything really about him or what was going on. So again, really sad news. Again, thank you folks for coming and making this the night for us. As Al Red Sox fan would say, friends of the community, friends of the channel, we lost a really good one in Robbie Wartburg. Let's head back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 7th ball game coming up here, folks. Let's see if the Rangers can close it out on these Cardinals and get a World's Championship. Punto, pinch hitter for Boggs, and for Cal against Colby Lewis, who's doing it for Robbie and staying in this game. He's been absolutely great. In the actual game, he pitched like 3 innings. He's pitching a masterpiece right now. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis looks in. Here's the pitch to Punto. And that's a strikeout for Colby Lewis. That is strikeout number 3. So let's see who bats for Mitchell Boggs here. And it will be David Descalco, 264, home run, 28 ribbies, a left-handed hitter. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the windup and the pitch. 2-7 base hit Descalco. So he's on. Again, giving the Cardinals some hope here in the 7th. They are down right now to the last 8 outs. So here's Furcal. Furcal is 2 for 3 of the couple singles. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the stretch and the pitch. And that is going to be a line drive in the gap. Gentry's going to have to play it off the wall. Let's see if they score. Descalco. No, they'll hold him at third. You're down 5 in the World Series. You hold your runner at third. Second and third, 1 out, and it brings up Skippy Schumacher, as Tiny Jester probably calls him. He is 1 for 3, a single and a RBI, force out. Second and third, 1 out. Cardinals still with a pulse. That is 2 hits off him, so Colby Lewis's day would be over on the next hit of weakness. Rangers bullpen is starting to go. Probably, if you ask me, who the Rangers would probably go to. They do got some good ones. Alexis Agondo would be a possibility here. Hope they go to Agondo or even a real filthy Mike Adams. So either one of them would be your best pitcher at this point. Napoli puts down the sign. Lewis from the stretch, second and third, one out. The pitch to Skippy. Base hit left field. Furcal will stay at third. It's now 7-3 as 2011 is starting to haunt us once again. So here's Albert. Let's see who the computer decides to go with. And they will go to Lowe. So they will go to Mark Lowe, 2-3, one save, 45 innings. Probably not your best choice here. 3.80 ERA. Again, the ballpark favors the pitchers. So that will help. Lowe to Albert. 7-3 Rangers. Last of the seventh, one out. Rangers just need 8 outs. Can they get them? Napoli puts down the sign. Lowe from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Albert. 2-5. Base hit Albert. Furcal scores. Schumacher will hold. And it's now 7-4. Obviously, this game remembers history. Bases loaded, but 2 on. Cardinals now with the go-ahead runner on. If I was the computer, goodbye, Mr. Lowe. He's done. We're winning this one for Robbie. I'm taking control of the helm here. I got a lefty or two I can bring in and probably solve this problem. So let's see who my problem solver will be. Ooh, normally it would be Darren Oliver. Derek Holland was used, and he was a starter with no bullpen rating, although he was not a starter. Hang on, folks. C.J. Wilson was one of the primary starters. Mike Gonzalez, 53 innings, was a lefty stopper galore. Do you go with Darren Oliver or do you go with Mike Gonzalez? I don't know who I trust more. You know what? 851 innings. I'll go with Mr. Darren Oliver. You definitely want to turn around these next 2 hitters. Then you have to deal with Freeze. So guess what? I'm taking control. So Darren Oliver. And then do we do a special double switch? But we don't because Andrus leads off next inning or far away from the pitcher spot. So get in there, Darren. So the new pitcher for the Texas Rangers, Darren Oliver. 5-5, 2 saves, 51 innings, 47 at-bats. Lance Berkman's totally goes out of control. He loses almost all his power. And now Gentry and Oliver doesn't have any to give up either. So if Berkman's got to hit it, he's going to have to hit a number on there. I'm not going to call it out because he probably will hit it. Napoli puts down the sign, the lefty, Darren Oliver. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. Turn to double play, Adrian. Beltre picks it up. Does he get a double play? Yes, he does. He does get the double play. So a great job double play there. And let's see what happens. Let's see what it was. Smooth play by Beltre. Gets the out at third. Goes to second. So he goes to 5-4. Goes to short route. And the Hall of Famer gets me a double play. So you got to love that. And the Cardinals did make a change. And it will be Mr. Lance Lynn. So Lance Lynn will be the new pitcher for the Cardinals. So, again, playing for Robbie, I go out and take control, and I got him an out. So here's Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn, a youngster here. 1-1, 1 save, 3.12 ERA, 25 hits, 35 innings. Did appear in the World Series. So I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and leave him here. So, and again, it will be Andrus, Hamilton, and Young. Left, right against Lynn. Top of the eighth. Cardinals now down the last 6 outs, but they're down 3 now. Texas needs to tack on. Molina puts down the sign. Lance Lynn from the windup. Here's a pitch to Andrus. Ground ball to short. Just missed it. Furcal picks it up, throws him out, gets the first out in the 8th. Josh Hamilton, 2 for 4 with the double. So Molina puts down the sign. Lance Lynn with the windup. Here's the pitch. And that will be a walk to Josh Hamilton. So he'll take first. With Yanni behind the plate, usually don't steal. Here's Michael Young. He's 2 for 3 in the ballgame. 2 hits, 2 RBIs in the second inning, along with a walk and a strikeout. Molina puts down the sign. Lynn from the stretch. And here's the pitch to Michael Young. Fly ball left field. Holiday there. Camps under it. Makes the catch. And there's 2 outs in the 8th. Adrian Beltre, who started that great double play, now in the Hall of Fame, 2 hits in the second inning, also in 2 RBIs, along with Michael Young, had 2 different hits and RBIs in that same 7-run uprising. Call that the Robbie Wartburg inning. Molina puts down the sign. Lance Lynn from the stretch. Run first, 2 outs. And Josh Hamilton was trying to steal bag, but he'll stay there. Here's the pitch to Beltre. And that's a ground ball to short. For Cal goes to short way, and that will end the inning. The Cardinals are down to the last 6 outs. Let's see if they're out of jokers or the Cardinals still have their last laugh. 7-4 Rangers. We head to the bottom of the 8th.
Pretty sure that he wants us to start taking territory.
All right. Thank you so much. And the passing of you, I don't know how much on Facebook you are, Kenny, but on some of the Facebook groups, Ron Junkett did put his obituary. I can send that to you if you want to. It's pretty heartful reading. It was done by his dad, so it was a very tough. I know I got you on Facebook somewhere. I will send you the link over there if you want. Anybody else who wants to see it. Again, it was a very tough to see. So we go again. That's the second one we've lost this year in our community, folks. Let's hold each other close and keep everyone safe and healthy, please. So thank you again for being here. Last of the 8th, Cardinals are down to the last 6 outs. It will be Holiday, Freeze, Molina, and we'll keep Oliver out there. Right now, that's not a bad spot. Holiday usually likes righties. Freeze likes lefties, but it's not a big deal, and Yachty's okay. We'll see if Darren Oliver can get me a couple more outs. Napoli puts down the sign. Oliver with the pitch to Matt Holiday. And that's a fly ball right field. Cruz there makes the catch and run away. So now here's David Freeze. Sorry, David, you're not going to get the limelight tonight, boy. 2 for 3, 2 hits, second and the 6th. Sorry, Joe Buck, not your night. Napoli puts down the target. Oliver from the windup and the pitch. And that's a base hit for Freeze. So he has 3 hits in the ball game. So he's going to send his parting shots to Robbie. Runner on first and 1 out. Here's Yachty Molina. Got to be careful when you talk to the sim gods. You never know what they may have in store. So Yachty 0 for 3 RBI, 14 home runs on the year. So he does have some power. Napoli puts down the sign. Oliver working from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. The pitch to Yachty Molina. Struck him out. Big strikeout to get Molina. So now here's Nick Punto, switch hitter, 278. This is where the Cardinals can maybe even use a pinch hitter a little bit. Punto, a switch hitter, will bat now from the right side against Darren Oliver. Napoli puts down the sign. Oliver looking and working from the stretch and the pitch. And that's a ground ball to short. Andrus is second, and the Cardinals are running out of outs. Texas is 3 outs away from the 2011 World's Championship. Top of the 9th, 7-4 Texas. Oh, boy, baby. So big times going here. Now, the problem is, what was the score heading to the 9th inning of that one? They were down by 2 when St. Louis scored, and there were 2 outs. And that score... what was the score? Anybody want to guess what the score was? 7-5 heading to the 9th inning, and it's 7-4. Oh, can you feel a chill in the room, folks? It's like when you mess with spirit boxes and you want to know what the outside world's talking about. You can feel it chill in the room. Chill in the room, folks. Texas 7-11-0. Cardinals 4-13-1. Cruz, Napoli, Gentry, right against Lance Lynn. He'll stay out there. Good pitcher against right-handed batters. Molina puts down the sign. Lynn from the windup and the pitch. 6-5, struck him out, 1 away. Here's Michael Napoli, 1 for 2 runs scored. Had a couple walks in the 2nd and 7th, single in the 4th. Molina sets the target. Lance Lynn with the windup and the pitch. 2-9 and a walk to Napoli. So let's see if Texas can tack on one here. Here's Gentry. Again, he prefers to hit against righties. Let's see. They're going to let him swing. So let's see who's on my bench. Ooh, I got some bats. Let's see. And I got either I got a David Murphy who likes righties, or we got Keith, or we got Mitch Moreland. I'm going to bring Mitch Moreland out. He has that power. And they'll probably go to Eddie Chavez. He's a 3. So that's fine. They still got somebody good to play out there, so they're not going to ruin anything there. I could tempt the gods and take Nelson Cruz out the ball game. So that will be the question. Do I have a right fielder 3? So that would be Murphy. So it could be a double, triple switch. Get Cruz out the game so history does not repeat itself. And then bat for Gentry here and probably bring in, he's only a 1R. So maybe Eddie Chavez stays in the game and hits here. So let Chavez hit for Gentry. He's a left-handed hitter. Again, it totally spins around Lance Lynn. So that's what you want. So here is Chavez. He'll bat from the left side. 301 hitter, 527. Again, the computer is supposed to be managing, but I'm telling Ron Washington, get out of my way. I'm coaching this. So Chavez the bat. Molina puts down the sign. Lynn from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. And the pitch. That will be a fly ball left field. Holiday there. Comes in, makes the catch. 2 outs in the 9th. Here is Oliver, and they may bat for him. And I might bat for him now, too. So Oliver will probably come out. Mitch Moreland will get a chance to swing. So this is where Moreland's bat will come to play. Left-handed hitter with power, 16 and 51, hit 259, 464 at bats. Molina puts down the sign. Lance Lynn from the stretch and the pitch. And that is a base hit for Mitch Moreland. Napoli had a hold. First and second, 2 outs. And here is Ian Kinsler up for the 6th time tonight. He is 1 for 5 with a single and a ribby. So first and second, 2 outs. Rangers looking to extend this lead and get off to 7, which they actually had in this game. Molina puts down the sign. Lynn from the stretch in the pitch. And there is a line drive left center. Holiday makes the catch. And yet another problem. So let's look at the game again. So right now, the Texas Rangers have left a total of 12 on base. 7-12-0 with 12 on base. The Cardinals 4-13-1, 7 on base. The new pitcher is Neftali Feliz. He is their closer. 2-3, 32 saves, 42 hits, 62 innings. Something tells me he was actually in this game when it blew up on him. So talking about life's wonderful things that you watch again. So Neftali Feliz, the blown save went to Neftali Feliz. 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. So here we go. And Mark Lowe gave up the home run, to be honest, who came in earlier, who I told gave up the home run to David Freese. Oh, boy. So, again, got some stuff going on here. So let's go to the bottom of the 9th. Cardinals need 3 outs. Let's get it for them, folks. Cardinals need 3 outs. Rangers need 3 outs. So Lance Lynn will be batted for. Then for Cal and Schumacher. Cardinals down to the last out. Real life, they were down 7-5 heading to the 9th. Napoli puts down the sign. Felice looks in. They will bring in Alan Craig. Good hitter. 315, 11 and 40. Let's see what he does here. Napoli puts down the sign. Felice looks in and the pitch. That will be a single to right field. And here we go, folks. Oh, I should have pulled Cruz out. This is going to be funny. So here's Rafael Furcal. 3 for 4 and a double. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm sorry. So this is a Reggie Jackson, Paul Blair situation as they are going to go again. They are again going to go. It's going to be, I believe his name is David Murphy. He's a 3. Nelson Cruz actually has the arms. That's the thing. Do you want a less arm, but do you want to get maybe the curse? No, we'll leave Cruz out there. He is a 3. Everyone else plays the position well. So here's Furcal. He's got 3 hits. Cardinals with 14. They trail by 3 with no outs. Napoli puts down the sign. Feliz working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Rafael Furcal. That's a walk. Tying run to the plate, and David Freese inches closer. Skip Schumacher, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs in the ball game. Nathalie Felice possibly losing his control. Oh boy. Napoli puts down the sign. Felix from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And they cake out Schumacher. That was a mistake, I hope. So they'll bring in Laird, and he's one of the last two on the bench. 232, 1 and 12. So not sure why they brought him out. He hits against one L or one lefty. You took out a guy who really's been good. This is Gerald Laird, first and second, nobody out. This is Strat's way of rolling a 1-4 and tying this game or something. Let's see. Napoli puts down the sign. Felice working from the stretch, and here's the pitch. 3-2, double play ball. Felice, Andrus, Young, got it. Double play. There you go. But then again, that's where the Rangers were in 2011. 2 outs and heading to the 9th inning. So, and now brings up King Albert. 2 ground balls, a single, and a fly out. Rangers 1 out away from the 2011 championship. Robbie looks in, looks on. Napoli puts down the sign. Nathalie Felice looks to close it from the stretch. Pitch to Albert. Ground ball to short. Andrus to first. Got him. That's your game. And the Texas Rangers win the 2011 World Series for Robbie Wartburg as the Texas Rangers go on and win this 4-2. All right. That's how a stream's supposed to end. Winning pitcher is Colby Lewis. The hold will go to Darren Oliver. I'll pat my own back for that one. I pulled Mark Lowe out of there. Nathalie Felix goes a nice inning, 1 hit, gets the save. Jaime Garcia got shelled, although 2 of the runs were only earned. An inning and 2/3. Then the Cardinal bullpen held their own, but unfortunately too much too late. Rangers win it 7-4. 7 in the second for the Rangers. That's all they got and needed. The Cardinals, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and they were trying to, again, keep history the same. Rangers win it 7-4. They win it. They will win the 2011 World Series. The Cardinals had 14 hits and 38 at-bats, 4 runs, 4 RBIs. The Rangers, 12 of 39, 7 runs scored and 7 RBIs. No home runs in the ball game. They weren't going to hit any of these with these conditions. Doubles by Hamilton for Cal, triples by Young. RBIs, Kinsler had 1. Josh Hamilton had 2. Young had 1. Beltre had 2. Lewis had an RBI. Then Schumacher had 2 for the Cardinals. Pujols had an RBI. And Yadi Molina had an RBI. Well, folks, thank you so much. Again, a game is a game, but this is one way for the friends of the community, friends of the channel, to finally say, maybe at least in Stratomatic, and again, he was not a huge fan of Stratomatic, I'll tell you. But guess what? That's a game that was available. Didn't have a 2023 season, like I said. So we go back and play the other nightmare in Robbie Wartburg's history, 2011 World Series. Rangers come back. They win Game 6. They win the World Series, 4-2. Again, I thank everyone for coming in, doing the job. Hey, Kenny, if you haven't seen it, I will send you that. That obituary, at least the link. SGJ Jamie, thank you so much. Doug Hunt, John DFW, Al Red Sox fan, of course. Brian Patterson, again, folks, tomorrow night around the same time, it will be the Greater Financial Open. As I'll finish my second match of the tournament, it'll be again a ladder for the bowling tournament, and we might even have some baseball coming up too. I'm going to try to play more the 1980 season instead of just playing the Monday Night Baseball. Might try it like Ron, and try to play its full season if I can, or keep the Monday Night, keep what's going on. Thank you again. I appreciate everyone. Brian, Ken, SGJ, Jamie, the whole crew that came out. Again, please leave your likes for Robbie. Again, I appreciate it. Again, I know other people probably running a game like this too, but I heard this today. I was off today. I wanted something to do that meant something. Let's do something right in this world, please. Please help. Please help him out. Again, I say thank you. Sorry, Robbie. I wish you had seen your Rangers win it this year in 2023, but We gave you one here. Good night, everybody, from Stratomatic headquarters here in Salt Lake City, Utah, as it is Game 6 of 2021 World Series goes to the Texas Rangers as they rewrite history for Robbie. Have a good night, everybody.